The significance of technology and the acquisition of practical skills, attitudes, understanding, and knowledge relating to occupations in various sectors of economic and social life cannot be expunged from our existence if we must enjoy qualitative living, particularly as technological advancement consistently becomes the bedrock of society. Technical and vocational education has become more germane to human existence now more than ever before. It is in the light of this reality and other circumstantial necessities that the Lagos State government, on the 13th of July 2009, under the administration of the former governor of Lagos State, Babatunde Raji Fashola, SAN, established the Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board, Lastveb, and inaugurated it on the 3rd of May 2010.
What is unique about Lastveb is that it is training youth between the ages of 15 to 19 to gain meaningful employment and be self-reliant. That age, between that 15 to 19, they are very, very vulnerable. And so we are in a unique position to support these children to acquire skills and to be productive so that they do not, start becoming truant and getting into drugs, getting into all sorts of mischievous activities.
The Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board, it was set up to actually control all activities that relates to technical education in Lagos State and also regulate all vocational centers that are in Lagos State so that every one of them can work in line with the aspiration of the Lagos State government to achieve the aim of bridging the skill gaps in the state.
When it was established in the first instance, they were managing 5 technical colleges in the whole Lagos State, and these 5 technical colleges were established in the 5 Ibile divisions: Ikorodu, Ikeja, Badagry, Lagos, and Epe.
When we started with only 8 sections, that is 8 courses in the college. And the college occupied a land of about 50 acres. Now, the courses has been expanded into 15 courses and 3 departments.
The college started with 3 sections, and presently it became 12 sections. For example, we have electrical installation, we have garment making, air conditioning, and refrigeration.
The college was established in 1985 with about 10 sections at the inception. But today, we have developed to the extent that we have gotten 13 sections currently.
Government Technical College Ikorodu is one of the 5 technical colleges in Lagos State. It was founded in the year 1986 with 5 trades, but it grew along the line up to today to 18 trades in 5 departments.
Lastveb is responsible for the 5 government and technical colleges, and it is also responsible for the direction of the government's policy on technical and vocational education. In terms of the 5 technical colleges, they have a student population of over 8,000 students. The colleges offer a 3-year program, year 1 to year 3, and the year 1 to year 3 is equivalent to the senior secondary school. So in a way, what we're saying in that is that that's another pathway in terms of learning. So you have your general education, and then you have your technical education, and then those with passion can now move into either one of them.
The huge success recorded by the new management board of Lastveb in the last 2 years is undoubtedly unprecedented. The board comprises a robust team of highly professional, resourceful, skilled, focused, and visionary people. They have tirelessly worked together to reposition and remodel Lastveb, making its activities a focal point nationally and internationally. Each member of the team, starting from the executive secretary at the helm of affairs, has worked so hard and contributed in quite enormous measures to the success of the board. The vision of the executive secretary is the key that ignites the driving force in the rest of the board members.
My vision for technical and vocational education is a society that embraces and values technical and vocational, a society that respects that no matter the sphere in our economic growth, that there's a place for technical and vocational education, and that our children truly understand that they have that option of learning when it comes to technical education, and there's no limit when it comes to fulfilling their dreams in terms of technical and vocational education.
The vision, coupled with the passion in the individual board members to selflessly serve humanity and contribute their quota to the building of a desirable society, makes them work optimally to keep them soaring.
The department ensures that the curriculum is relevant to the aspirations and demands of the society in training the students. We observe that year in, year out, there are new innovation and trends in the various industries. So we ensure that all these new innovations are entrenched into the curriculum.
Concerning my own role in the board as the lead partnership, we make regular contact with companies out there, because the bedrock of Lastveb has to do with partnership. And Lastveb can only move forward when you have good partners that understands what you stand for. So we've been able to sell Lastveb to the companies that are out there that does not know what Lastveb was doing before. And now they are coming up, every one of them, coming up to partner with us from different walks of life.
We train students to work as artisans, as technicians in various sectors. And as a result of this, we deal with so many equipments and machines that are inherently hazardous. Hence, the introduction of health safety and technical training in the Lastveb. So what do? We ensure that all our equipments, all our tools, and even the environment in our technical colleges are safety savvy.
The learning management system is the management of teaching and learning outside the four walls of classroom. It came into place during the period of when the COVID started, March last year. When the students were asked to stay at home, we now decided that since they asked them to stay at home, we can't just close the learning like that, because some of them go through the external exam. So curriculum must be completed. So what it entails is just teaching and learning of students through media, online learnings, and other method of virtual learning.
We are in charge of daily general running and administration aspect of the board. Then I liaise with other ministry in terms of establishment matters. We see to the promotion of all our instructors.
I represent the Accountant General here, and my role here includes funds management, expenditure control, budgetary control, financial information system, assets, inventory, stores management, employee benefits, and other roles.
My role as a procurement head is to see to the administration or as regard how to procure both service, goods and construction for the agency.
My role in Lastveb is to collate their revenue and their expenditure returns.
My main role is the skill development of our young people and also adults. My role is to upskill them. As you all know, that skill development is a pathway to employment, empowerment, and also growth of every nation.
Having had some existing structures in the line of technical and vocational education prior to the period it was instituted, the government saddled the resurgent board with the responsibility of repositioning technical and vocational education in Lagos State, with a vision to making it a panacea to the surging problem of unemployment and a way of curbing youth restiveness and delinquency in the state. This, the board set out to achieve, starting with technical and vocational education training, TVET.
TVET is technical and vocational education and training, which means that the students of TVET are trained in such a way as they have technical skills, they have vocational skills that they can use as tools for employment, tools for economic advancement, tools for self-employment, and tools for contributing to Lagos GDP particularly.
Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board has contributed immensely to the theme agenda in the sense that training and education is part of the theme agenda. And as a result of this, we have admitted young lads in our technical colleges in order to give them skills, technical skills, so as to be able to be self-reliant.
Analysts have considered Nigeria as a consuming nation, not a producing nation. And that's why we find ourselves in this circumstance of high level of unemployment. I'll give you an example. In the 80s, you have many companies in Nigeria, Dunlop, Peugeot, there's this one in Ibadan, they're scattered all over Nigeria simply because Nigeria was producing. Toyo Glass in Badagry and all that. But now, we moved from a producing nation to a consuming nation. And when you continue to consume and you don't produce to replace what you have consumed, there is a gap. So we can only bridge that gap now if we go back to our initial position of being a producing nature. And we can start from the individual. So, and one tool that can make this happen is TVET.
The board had been under a number of administrations since its inception in 2019, when it came under a new administration tagged the Resurgent Board, which brought about its total transformation to be more proactive in achieving the vision behind the establishment of Lastveb.
As far as technical and vocational education is concerned under Lastveb, what we have really done is to look at the environment and to see how we can strategically improve the narratives around technical education, and not only that, to improve the quality of technical and vocational education.
So we have more, more students in our technical colleges now, and we have expanded our courses to accommodate more, students into our technical colleges, and this, of course, will enhance, our infrastructural facilities when you see them maintaining all of this.
Lastveb, being a training institution, has been doing greatly by providing the skills that is needed by these graduates, providing the skills that is being requested by the companies that are making requests for the graduates from Lastveb. And as well, Lastveb has insisted that the graduate that they're producing must meet up with standards that is needed out there. So Lastveb has been doing a lot to reduce the unemployment rate in Lagos State, because students that are coming out of Lastveb are coming out with good skills that they can measure up with standard anywhere.
A number of strategies have been put in place by the Moronke Aziz-led management team of Lastveb to further help in bringing into realization the vision of the Lagos State government on technical education and to maximally harness the potentials of technical education to tackle the myriad of problems bedeviling the society under the current economic and social realities.
Part of our strategy is looking at upskilling our teachers and our leaders in the technical college, because if we don't upskill them, they'll be stuck in a rut and they'll be still thinking like the former days. We need to ensure that we're constantly modernizing their own techniques. We're constantly maximizing the resources that we have with our partners. So a number of them, we're now sending them to what we call the teachers' work experience. They too, they go out to industries. Let them go out to industries. Let them know what is happening in the industries at the moment. And apart from that, looking inward into Lastveb itself. How do we deliver the goals that we have set ourselves? How do we ensure that we're delivering quality? How do we ensure that we have the right performance indicators? How do we ensure that our quality of work is in line with what is achievable?
In addition to the technical and vocational education training TVET, the resurgent management team of Lastveb has thought it wise to also have a more inclusive and encompassing program that will widen the scope of its trainings and increase the number of the graduates it churns out to be employed by the industries in order to be able to fulfill its mandate and the vision of the Lagos State government. Hence, the initiative Skills for Work as part of the theme's agenda.
Skills for Work are basically for those students or youth that are out of work or out of school before they even finish their secondary school, or even after their secondary school they couldn't get into universities, or they dropped out of junior secondary school. So this Skills for Work program is short, intensive skills that are directed at employment. And the Skills for Work initiative, in order to ensure that the relevance to industry, we are carrying it out with partners. We have a number of partners who are working with us to make sure that what we're doing on the Skills for Work is relevant and meets the needs of the industry, and it meets the needs of whether it's Lagos State or whether it's beyond.
Skills for Work is now trying to bridge that gap of being educated and being skilled. So once you are educated, it even makes it a lot easier for you to be able to catch whatever training, skill that you have come in to learn through our Skills for Work program.
TVET, Technical Vocational Education, and Skills for Works, they are brothers to reduce unemployment in Lagos State, to make sure that our youth are fully engaged. Skills for Works develop our youth, upskill them, make them to be professional in whatever area they are, and also be employer of labor.
The notion that occupations within technical and vocational fields are the exclusive preserves of the male gender have been held as a normative for so long in our society without any tenable reason. Another impressive and indeed quite laudable initiative of the current management of Lastveb is to prove this notion wrong by encouraging the involvement of the female gender in technical and vocational education and training, especially in areas that until now were dominated by the male gender.
Nigerians generally have this stereotype about females, the female role and the females in terms of what they can do and cannot do. And that also translates into technical and vocational education, where they feel that, okay, and you can see it, in fact, not that, you can see it. When we go to our catering department, 90% of the students that are there, you find are female. So, and the thing that we have started to think about is, why do we have to reinforce that stereotype? What is it that we ourselves can do to provide more opportunities for our women? Our women are just as unemployed as the men. And so if we are all looking to expand the opportunities for women, we mustn't limit them in terms of the stereotype. We must look for opportunities for them in the wider sphere of things.
So it's just to encourage them that what a man can do, a woman can do better. So we have them, but we need to, to encourage them more that they can also do it.
We have female students in block laying. We have female students in motor vehicle mechanic. That we even have one of our students practicing on her own now. She's a female mechanic. We have female students in electrical in our college here. So we encourage them a lot to go into these trades. And after graduation, we found out that they are even doing better.
In spite of the compelling necessities of technical and vocational trainings to the society and their overwhelming benefits to those who acquire the training, technical and vocational training are still considered in some quarters as a last resort for failures in the exclusively formal education line. This assumption is wrong.
Technical and vocational transcends all parts of our economy. There is nowhere that you will not find the usefulness or the value of technical education.
Technical education serves 2 or 3 purposes. First, for self-reliance. Second, for economic development. And third, for furthering their education. It's 3 in 1.
To actually change the narrative and impart the quality of education that will serve the purpose being envisaged, there needs to be competent teachers and instructors, as well as modern tools and equipment to impart quality skills and knowledge in the trainees. And Lastveb is measuring up in this regard.
The quality of teachers we employ graduate teachers, and of course, when you employ graduate teachers, they will deliver quality training. And having employed them, we also train them before we now inject them into these schools. So we need to train them so they can fit into the colleges.
With so much put into ensuring that youths and adults alike in Lagos State acquire qualitative technical and vocational training, there is no doubt that a lot lie on the shoulders of the management of Lastveb in terms of training equipment, structural and human capacity development.
I was the first person to have an international training from Lagos State via a project, World Bank project. Lagos State government is really trying for technical colleges.
We partner with so many other ministries in training, providing vocational training for artisans in Lagos State and every one of them. And they've been coming to us regularly now just because they know that we have the latest equipment in town to do the training. So we don't lean on the old equipment that has been on ground for years. We actually go out to procure the new ones, the relevant ones, and that is what we are using to carry out the training now.
The Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board's effort at increasing technically skilled citizens in Lagos State will be of no value to its graduates and, of course, of no impact on the society if there are no places to put the skills acquired to effective use. Therefore, partnering with corporate organizations and job placements become a key part of its operations.
So they already have experience in working in industries. So leaving, majority of them, after their COS year, the companies will have paid them down for employment. So once they are leaving, they pick them up. While some of the companies actually even assist them in furthering their education while they are in the establishment.
Graduates of the technical colleges are contributing in unquantifiable measures to the development of the economy of the state and indeed the nation at large in various sectors and in diverse ways.
I have 3 people working under me, and I've been doing this job for the good 7 years. If you talk about doing the job, like doing the practical, I know the practical, and I also know the theory.
I've trained quite a number of workers, in which I can't really put all of them together right now, but presently I have about 19 of them that just graduated. For now, I just have a new recruitment. So, and presently, the new ones now are about 6 of them.
The year 2019, I was fortunate to be employed by Lagos State as one of the instructors. And during the posting, I was luckily to be posted to DCMEP, where I finished in '92 as one of the instructors.
All the technical colleges in Lagos have recorded great successes and achievements. They have made very enduring impacts on the lives of their trainees and in society.
We have a formidable team in our teaching and non-teaching staff. I am bold to tell you that one of our staff here is a doctor today, and he went to Government Technical College, Odomole Epe, and is an instructor here in our college. That is the peak that we want our students to go.
Barring the challenges and considering the state and performance of Lastveb prior to the resurgent board's takeover, the Lagos State Technical and Vocational Education Board has indeed made great mark on the state within the last 2 years, and it is properly positioned to achieve greater, unprecedented feats.
Even before I joined the board, majority of us believe that technical education is meant for the failures, people that could not measure up in the general education, that just take them to the technical education. But getting to work with our present ES, Ms. Morionke Assis, she's a woman of passion. She's been out there to change the narrative surrounding the beliefs about technical education.
In spite of all the efforts so far made and successes recorded, the resurgent management board of Lastveb is still not resting on its oars. In the view of the management, youth restiveness and underemployment must be totally eradicated in Lagos. Until these are achieved, the hard work continues.
The various secondary schools, during their open day, we go there to give a talk to the students themselves. And sometimes we go with some of our instructors there. They went to technical colleges themselves. Now they are teaching here, and some have even become PhD holders. So we showcase them to let the students know that with the technical education, you can aspire to any educational level that is available.
Apart from that, there is a real need to invest seriously in technical education. And that is because technical education is like a mini university. It requires, expensive tools, laboratories, workshops, and so on to make sure that our students are competitive. Competitive in terms of not only in Nigeria, but they should be able to be competitive with their counterparts abroad.